kill some evil bastard.
Okay, Karlak, do your... what is this? Enraged Throw, Reckless Attack, Frenzied Strike, bonus action. Oh, that's good. And Frenzied Strike as bonus action. The red cap is done for. Okay, the red cap is friendly again. What is this? Bone cap.
Breathe deep.
Come on, Will. Why are you still burning? What do you have here? Poisonous Slime Bomb. 2 pieces. Elixir of Hill Giant Strength. Increases the strength to 21. Oh, this is great. For a later battle, of course, because right now I don't need it at all. Okay, that's the thing that she sold, the rapier and the tarnished charm. Feylife makes it easier for the wearer to succeed death saving throws. Okay, take it. And I wanted to actually read this letter before the fight broke out. Okay, none have talked yet. Not yet, at least. I doubt you hear anything beyond the bleating of your ridiculous sheep, but if you catch even a whisper, send word immediately. M. I have no idea who M could possibly be. Gnarled tea house. Okay, right now the fireplace is open. Do I have a short rest left? Yes, I do have a short rest left. But only recovers Warlock. Oh, come on, let's take a... I have enough camp supplies. Let's take a long rest.
Hellsfire. She's coming.
Who's she? Hello there.
Well, you've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
Gods damn it. Anyone but her.
Who in the 9 hells are you? Well, aren't you a luscious thing? Goddamn devil, get out of my camp. Okay, who in the 9 hells are you?
Well, you absolute stinker. You kept me a secret.
Sorry.
Time to let the Hellcat out of the bag. Call me Mizora. I'm Will's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank. We had a deal, Will. But Karlak's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a lady. By the way, Karlak, Zariel sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only! She's a tiefling, not a monster!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless.
Karlak meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart.
Get to the point, devil. What do you want? If we could... Hell no. You better not lay a damn finger on Karlak. Blast it all, Will. Why didn't you tell me about her? I've heard enough. You're not leaving this place alive. You better not lay a finger on Karlach.
Don't you worry. That ship has long sailed the Styx. But a defiant pup must still pay his price. To wit.
Will burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
Nice horns, Will.
That's better.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet. There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo. Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade.
Karlach, keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you.
Oh, and Will, don't forget, our pact still stands. Ta-ta.
Ta-ta. Okay, Karlach, I want to talk to you, but Will has grown horns and you had horns all along, so I think Will is the one I want to talk to first. Dude, what's going on?
God's damn her straight back to the hells. Just look at me. I did what was right, and Mazora made me pay for it. I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not Zariel's victims. Not innocent tieflings.
You warned me about Raphael, but are protected by Mizora? What a fraud. The Blade of Frontiers has some explaining to do. What did you expect? She's a devil. Hardly the paragon of honesty. You've been turned into a devil. An appropriate punishment, I'd say. What did you expect, bro?
All these years. You'd think it's a lesson I'd have well learned. It's Mizora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast eldritch blasts. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds. But I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast.
What are the terms of your pact? You should get out of this pact. How in the hells did you get involved with Mizora? That's a good question. As the son of the of a noble man, you are. This is a good question. Whatever.
The one little question that put me out of house and home. I
I
can't
see.
utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mizora permits it. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mizora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word.
Okay. I think. That's okay.
Shit. You can put distance between you and yesterday, but you'll never leave it fully behind. Father's words. Hard to argue with them. Floric spoke true. I'm a Grand Duke's son.
Then the choice is clear. We should rescue Duke Ravengard. Aren't you worried your father's been abducted? I can't trust you if you keep so many secrets. First Mizora, now this. So I'm not interested in your lineage. Curious, I'd hear Duke Ravengard. I heard Duke Ravengard's son left. I would have heard. I had heard Duke Ravengard's son I can't read today. Ah, damn it. Sun Level City. All my time in Baldur's Gate, and I didn't even know Ravengard had children.
Just the one. Yours truly. My father and I were close once upon a time, until he disowned me and cast me out of Baldurs Gate. I can't tell you more. The pact forbids it. My lips are quite literally sealed. He made me an exile. That said, I'm not about to let him suffer at the hands of his captors.
What do you think the Drow want with your father? You shouldn't keep secrets like this from me, Will.
I've been asking myself the same question. What makes a Duke of Baldurs Gate so interesting to the Drow? Even the houses of Men's Oberanzen would have little use for my father. No, this is no Drow plot. These absolute nutters, these true souls are behind his abduction. His absence alone will sow chaos in the city. If they were to infect him, he could lead Baldur's Gate to ruin. All the more reason to find him. The Absolute has seized not just my father, but the future of the Sword Coast.
You shouldn't keep secrets like this from me.
I know, and you're right. My story is one of two men. The Blade of Frontiers, a man hunting the fiends who prey on the weak and claw at the coast. And Will Ravengard, a memory of a memory. A man who belongs to the past. I wanted you to know the Blade, not the shadow he left behind.
Understandable. Have a good day. Now I want to talk to Karlach. Definitely to Karlach. How do you know Mizora? Seem to recall her.
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Will hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that.
He's a good man, maybe the best of us. You must be relieved. A foolish decision, and now he'll have to pay the consequences. You must be relieved.
Gobsmacked, really. But grateful. Really grateful. I could learn a thing or two from a man like that. Hopefully we won't turn into mind flayers first. What's on your mind?
Quite a bit, Karlach. How did you end up with such a contraption in your chest?
The year? 10 air. The place? Sleepy little town called Baldurs Gate. Our hero? Karlach. A knock-knee delinquent from the outer city with everything to give and nothing to lose. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Worked for a guy I respected. A lot. Turns out the feeling wasn't mutual. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know Zariel, right? Archdevil of Avernus. She put this thing in my chest and set me to work. Well, to war. I learned quick how to stay alive. And the engine served me when it came to killing devils. 10 years of that. The stories I could tell.
You mentioned a boss who gave you up to Zariel. Who was it?
Guy named Gortash. Politician. Inventor. One of these wheeler-dealer types who seems to have a finger in every pie. I guess I was naive to think everything he got up to was above board. What did I know? I saw a job. A good job. With people I liked. Doing work I was good at. Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Oh, to feel so invincible again.
What does that infernal engine do to you?
Gives me energy. Power. But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close.
You must be pent up. What's that been like? I wouldn't mind that myself. I've never been one for too much contact.
I try not to think about it. I still think about it constantly, but, you know, I try. One of these days, I'll sort the whole infernal affair out, get myself cooled off, start making up for lost time. But not today.
Okay. Well, I want to talk more with
soldier.
you. I'm sorry. In your expert opinion, what's the best way to kill a devil?
Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Now that those paladins are out of your way, what's next on your agenda?
First things first, I need to get this engine tuned up. Thing's powerful, but it's been feeling volatile ever since I left the Hells. Can't be too hard to find an infernal mechanic round here, right?
Yeah. Common thing here. Common thing. This isn't where I thought I'd end up. How about you?
Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you?
I'd be back in my home, not a care in the world. I'd be in the middle of another adventure, blessedly free of any tadpole. So much has happened, I can barely remember what life was like before the abduction. Well, I probably wouldn't have broken my oath, let's be honest. And I'd be on a kind of a holy mission.
I can picture you getting mixed up in some outrageous shit. Giants, beholders, Thayans, the works. Maybe once we've wrapped up the current shenanigans, we'll rest a bit and find some new heap of troubles to throw ourselves at.
I could talk to her for hours.
Soldier.
Oh boy, that's cool. You and Mizora seem to know each other. That's what I actually wanted to know from her.
We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. But she favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted.
Do you think she'll keep coming after you?
I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride.
I can see why you were so keen to escape.
No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players.
So about our tadpole powers.
You really did it, huh? Not worried about adding more illithid into the mix? Well, what can I say? You look fine, smell fine, seem fine. And yet, you're more mind flayer than ever. Hope you don't expect me to follow your lead in this.
I was hoping you might. The benefits seem to outweigh the costs. It's your choice, but I think the tadpoles make me stronger. It's your choice. It definitely is your choice.
Do they? I'm not sure either of us can say one way or the other. We don't know what the costs might be just yet.
honestly, I don't want to persuade you into anything. We might be facing a cult more powerful than we know. We need all the help we can get. Can't you see by my example that this is worth a while? Think it through, Karlach. There's a lot to be gained here. I don't know. Karlach was used more than enough. So
good. And you know, keep an eye on yourself. If you start feeling loopy, shout. We don't know what these tadpoles are capable of.
Okay, then. Okay, there's Shadowheart. What is this? Find the missing shipment. Okay.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something?
I want to talk about all that's happened to us.
Fine.
Then
What's on your
fly.
mind?
How am I holding up in your
Does
estimations?
it even need to be asked? We're beyond me merely liking you. I think I'm a different person, owing to you.
Aww. That's cute. Let's see, maybe I can put some stuff in my box here. Okay. Let's see. Inventory, I can only use my own inventory. Okay.
What's
But-
next, I wonder?
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Damn it. But most
Still
thing I
breathing,
have
despite
is
everything.
already me. So I'll put Minthara's stuff in here. The tasteful boots that I'll loot it off of her. Drow leather gloves, I'll loot it off of her. Rapier, that's the thing I just looted off the hag. Okay, I think I'm pretty well off with basically everything. Okay, nice.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Astarion, how is it going?
So, Will did the right thing, and it earned him a set of horns. Let that be a lesson to us all.
Astarion, you are a certified mad lad. Come on, that's stupid. Lae'zel, what's up?
The blade of frontiers in the guise of a devil. I'd remark on the irony, but I'd hate to waste the breath. Still, it took guts to defy that petty patron of his. The blade's sting is real.
Okay, Lae'zel has nothing to tell me. Let's see what
Have a word.
Halsin has to say.
You wish to speak?
This shadow curse you spoke of, surely it can't be that bad.
It's had the whole region around Moonrise Towers in a chokehold of darkness and despair for years now. Those who remained are shadow cursed. If you don't die at their hands, then you become one of them. We have to get to Moonrise, but the less time we spend in its blighted surrounds, the better.
Okay, what about this secret stronghold in the Underdark? You must know more.
Precious little. But I'm quite certain it can still be found.
Okay. I mean, I already found the way into the Underdark through the Goblin City, so it can't have been easy surrendering your title. Haven't I asked this one
Miss
before?
it? Oh dear, no. It's a terrible burden. Takes you away from nature and forces you to deal with others' problems and personalities. Be wary of anyone who actually wants such a role, I say. Likely they don't understand it, or they have ill intent. I'm just glad to be out here amidst the Oak Father's creations.
How are you faring out here at the camp?
With such stimulating company? Never better.
Nice. I like you're feeling stimulated. Okay, Gale, I think you need something to
Help
eat.
feeling Will got off lightly. The wrath of the hells is second only to the wrath of the heavens. Having a devil in our camp will certainly make things interesting. Never a dull day, is there?
I think so.